This episode of Love Lauren is sponsored by Esprit Fabrication and Parts.
It's Michael here from Love Lauren. Thanks as always for joining me here on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at getting our reel set on the Bonnar 45 Resto. Now, I'm not a professional at this game, and as with all the videos on this channel, this is a personal recount of my experience getting the blade set. Your mileage may vary. To my mind, there are a few steps to this job, and it all starts with a professional grind. This is not the sort of job that you're going to want to do yourself. It's not an angle grinder kind of job, and it's definitely worth asking around for recommendations for a good shop in your area. It's also important to remember that the reel and a new bottom blade should be ground together. Now, a new bottom blade does need to be ground, and it needs to be ground in place on the sole plate, and that's because the sole plate itself may or may not be flat, and the bottom blade will conform to the shape of that sole plate. So it needs to be ground in place so that you can establish a straight edge right across the length of the thing. We'll cover off the remaining steps through the course of this video, but the main idea is that we're going to bottom out the reel against the bottom blade. That's to establish a reference point for the angle of the reel in relation to the bottom blade, so we can then back it off and achieve the set that we desire. I mentioned it later in the video as well, but it bears repeating. Make sure you let off the two nuts on either side of the machine on the outside that secure your bearing housings in place. If you don't, you run the risk of cracking the bearing housings on either side as you begin making adjustments. Let's hop in the shed and get started. So there's two schools of thought on blade set. The first being that you want a tiny little amount of touching between the reel and the bottom blade, and the second that there should be no touching. What you don't want is any sort of clunking noises. My preferred approach at the moment is to not have any contact. Basically, I think the view is that we're cutting grass, not paper, so we shouldn't need to have a clean paper cut. As I said, two schools of thought, and it's sort of up to you which approach you want to take with your machine. Driver here, got my 11mm spanner again for a nut and adjuster screw. The two bolts have been let off here, and those bearing housings that hold the reel essentially are now free to move up and down. Just going to back off that little nut as well, because it's we don't need that tight just yet. We've got sort of a free spinning reel. That's the advantage of not having the chains on here, because once the chains are in place, it's not impossible to spin the reel, but it does sort of just make it a little bit stiffer and more awkward. Moreover, we don't want to bother adjusting the chains until we set our reel anyway. Let's see if we can now do a bit of a finer tune on this. We're going to drop that down on both sides, about a quarter turn, and just sort of get a baseline. So that's straight across. I'm going to turn it half turn on each side now and see where we end up. So just let another half turn on each side. So that's bottomed out now. I'm just looking through the reel here to see sort of how the blades are contacting that bottom blade. The blades on the reel are contacting that bottom blade. You can hear that slicing noise pretty much all the way across the bottom of the blade. And a bit of a ticking noise over on this right side. So come back a quarter turn. And if you can hear that, it's cutting left. That's the left side engaging there. And shearing all the way across until about here. I'm going to drop that right side down a touch. this side a touch as well. It's still catching right about here. Raise that a touch. As I said, I don't want to be hearing anything. At this stage it's just a bit of a reference for how close we are in terms of our cut. Back that off a bit. A bit more on this side. And we've got a bit of a tap going on now as well, so that's not what we want. That's too close. We've got some unevenness in the blades. I'm going to raise this right side up because I'm hearing it. I'm hearing that noise coming from the right of the machine. There we go. You can almost see that spin. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe it is the left. Let's raise it up a touch. There we go. Okay. Nope. So there you go. Definitely a bit of trial and error. I'll get some newspaper under there just to sort of check progress next and see how we're looking. But yeah, just back and forth, you know, as you adjust one side, it's going to potentially throw the other side out. And when it comes time to lock off these bolts down here, things might move again as well. And same with our side bolts. So just something to keep in mind. It's a frustrating process, I guess, especially for those of us who are inexperienced in the job. You know, persevere and ultimately test it on the grass. I think in my experience with the other mower, backing it off to this point where it's not touching at all gave me a satisfactory cut. In other words, I inspected the cut quality of the blades after I'd been over it, and the blades were nicely cut instead of being torn. So that's what we want. And we don't want this this blade pulling up grass, and we don't want it cutting the grass in a ragged manner either. With the front roller, the heavier front roller on this 14-inch, and maybe being a 14-inch, I'm not sure, the tipping this machine back, it's not very well balanced at all, so something to be aware of. But what I wanted to do is just sort of show you the paper test on our current setup. This is not something you want to be doing if you've got an engine on there, because the oil will run out of the innards of the engine and contaminate your spark plug and everything else that's in the engine. So basically, don't be tipping the machine back to be checking the set of your blades too far. You can tip it up a little bit and sneak a bit of paper under there and check it, but you need to be careful. Obviously, don't want to tip it all the way back. So I've just got some newspaper here, just cut into strips, sort of torn lengthwise, and what I'm doing is just making sure across all blades, so making sure that we're getting a full rotation of the reel, that we've got a consistent set. So in other words, we've got no cutting going on there of this paper. As you heard a minute ago, if I was coming down any further, I was getting a bit of a tick-tick noise, and any further than that, and the reel rubbing on the blades. So when the blades here, we've got just a tiny little fragment of light coming through. In the middle section, it's a little bit closer, and over on this end, it's pretty close as well. So I think what I'm going to try and do is drop this side just a whisker. Just like so. And pop this back up and have another look. I think that's a pretty good starting point. The ultimate test, as I said, will be getting this thing spinning with the motor on there and making sure that it's cutting. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. So what I'm going to do is just tighten up these bolts. You can see that's changed a little bit already. So it's gotten tighter. Now I did admittedly adjust this adjuster as I was tightening that bolt, but you know, I put it back to where it was. So it's amazing the difference that it makes. I find as well setting the blade is a little bit easier to do if the machine's sat as you're going to be running it. When it's tilted back, I don't know, the stresses maybe, but pop it back down and things sort of change a little bit. So I'll just do this other side and finish up. And now our final job is to just tighten off these pivot bolts on both sides of the machine. Alright, so that's job done. Thanks for following along in the shed. Just to round out the video and before we close up, a lot of questions come up in the forums and online about backlapping, and specifically about backlapping a newly ground blade. If you're not familiar with the idea, backlapping involves running the reel in reverse against the bottom blade at a slow speed and using an abrasive compound. It's sort of like a mini sharpen to extend the lifetime of your grind without having to go through the process of a full grind. Some guys might do it with some regularity and others might not do it at all. It's up to you. Backlapping arguably has a place, and it's handy to extend the life of your blades in between grinds. But in general, the answer is going to be no. You don't need to backlap after a fresh grind. The reel and the bottom blade should be sharp enough straight off the grinder so that you can put them into service as is without additional backlapping. The option's yours, of course. If you want to do it, but in general, you shouldn't have to. Save the backlapping for touch-ups when you notice the quality of cut starting to suffer. The other option you might want to consider is facing your bottom blade every other mow. There are tools available on the market for this purpose, and it just gives your bottom blade a light touch-up before you start cutting once a week, once a fortnight, whatever works for you. And so that ought to cover it. Any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed today's content. Thanks as always for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.